political commentators Anna Navarro and Scottie Hughes. Ladies, great to see you. Anna, I am bewildered by this finding. In this divisive race, after all of this toxicity, more than 50% of respondents think the country is going in the right direction. To what do we attribute this?
I think they're compartmentalizing. I think they put things in different compartments. And you know, it probably is a coping mechanism by Americans. I mean, look, if you are completely, absolutely absorbed by nothing but the elections, as we are, you're probably in need of therapy right now. So you got to be able to look past what's in your tube, what you're watching daily on the election, and focus on some of the other aspects in America. I think they're putting things into little boxes. I think they're putting things into compartments. And I agree. Let's all cope and figure out how we get through the next 12 days.
This is the highest rating that people have given the direction of the country since 2007. And I agree, we will get through this. We will come through.
You promise me.
I promise you, we will get through this. But for your candidate, Scottie, Donald Trump, who says, you know, this is the change election, that he is going to make the country great again, is that a complicating factor?
Well, God bless an election year. It usually gets better for the party that wants to stay in power as it gets closer to election. We saw in 2008, well, it was bad in 2008, but we saw in 2012. But the truth is, people have memory. And they remember just even a year ago in December, 75% of all Americans, according to that same CNN poll, were dissatisfied with what life was.
And all better.
Well, all politics are local. Right now, when you go to the gas pump, your gas prices are low because of oil. And generally, I think people are in a very happy mood, maybe because we're about to be done with this election. But the truth is, we have a 1.5% GDP growth. That is, most presidents at this term usually have 3 to 4%. So people are still suffering. Credit card debt is obviously on the increase. And the latest news of Obamacare with the 25% on average going up, that does not fend well for the person in office.
Good job of reminding people why they should be miserable.
Exactly. I'm the Debbie Downer this morning.
Right, you are.
Lots of puppy videos out there right now.
Lest a little optimism sneak into the national conversation. But in any event, things have shifted in just the past 24 hours. So much so that in two battleground states, Florida and Nevada, they are now neck and neck. And they have forced CNN to change its battleground map, now putting 6 states in the battleground category. What do you think is going on, Anna, in Nevada and Florida and elsewhere?
Well, you know, I am from Florida. I think what's going on is that we haven't seen Donald Trump on a debate stage in 11 days. I think what happens is when he doesn't have a huge platform where 80 million people get to see him breathing like Darth Vader and saying something offensive, stupid, or outrageous, people forget that he is a human amoeba. And, you know, and they realize and they focus on the flaws of Hillary Clinton, which are numerous. There's this drip of her email campaign scandal, which has not gotten that much attention. It's not getting attention until now because we've been focused on sexual assault and all these other controversies that, frankly, are juicier and shinier to talk about than the email scandal. I think there's a lot more focus on that now. And
on the WikiLeaks stuff.
I think that if Donald Trump went on a golfing trip to Scotland for the next 12 days, he really might win. Fortunately, he's still out there speaking every day, so I count on him to get off his message. I count on him to do what he always does, which is say something ridiculous at one point.
Okay, well, this morning he was on Good Morning America, and he is speaking out. And again, he was talking about the accusers who have come out to accuse him of unwanted advances and sexual assault. So listen to what he told George Stephanopoulos.
The People magazine story, they brought forward 6 witnesses.
Why didn't she write the story 12 years ago?
She says she was afraid.
Oh, she was afraid. Give me a break. She was afraid to write it. She would have gotten the Pulitzer Prize. Give me a break.
So all these women, everyone they talked to are lying?
They made up stories. You know why? Fame, or they wanted to help Clinton, or something. They made up stories.
They came out after you denied the behavior.
George, let's not waste any more time. These stories were fabricated. They're total lies.
So you're going to go through with the lawsuit?
We'll find out. Let's see what happens with the election.
He says these women just want fame, and he's non-committal about whether or not he will sue them. How's this message going to go over?
Well, this is great drama for ratings and for television, great fodder for people to talk about. But when it comes down to the voting booth and when you're seeing your health insurance premiums go up by 25%, when you're seeing possible jobs being
You think all this, excuse me, you think all this will be forgotten?
Well, I don't necessarily forgot. I think it's in the background. But I think people, when they come down to that voting booth, they're pushing their button. They're not going to push it based on what he said, but more importantly, the actions of what he's promising for the future of America. I think that right now, when you are hurting, that's what matters most.
Okay, what do you think about that, Anna?
Look, I think we are at a level of almost being numbed to it. I really can't keep track anymore of how many women have come out and accused Donald Trump.
At least 11.
Okay, at least 11. But We are numb. You know, and actually, I think it's really interesting. I was thinking about this the other day. Sexual harassment, sexual assault is the untold story, not of this election, of 2016. We saw very powerful, very wealthy, very famous men like Bill Cosby, like Roger Ailes, like Donald Trump, who did this for years and years and years and years. We've seen women who waited decades to come out and tell their stories and who finally were compelled to do it because of timing, because they didn't want these men to get away with it. And we saw that Bill Cosby is going to stand trial. Roger Ailes lost his job. Don't know what's going to happen with
this was an issue before.
Donald Trump.
We dealt with this in the NFL 2 years ago. We dealt with these type of
But
sexual
don't you think that there's a
matters.
national conversation happening now about it like never before?
Well, I think when it was going on in the NFL, I think we saw a huge conversation going on there. But what my question is Anna, for the last year, I've heard you bash Mr. Trump. Who are you supporting? Who are you supporting?
Listen,
I would love to know that question.
Scottie,
we're 13 days out.
Well, first of all, let me just say this. I haven't been bashing him for the last year. I've been bashing him for the last 19 months.
So
since June 16th, 2015. When
Who are you supporting?
Well, do you want to let me answer, or do you just want to continue interrupting me?
Just go on. It's a real simple answer. Who are you supporting?
I am voting, writing in my mom.
Congratulations,
And by the
Mom.
way, it
She's
makes her
got one
feel.
vote. That's
yeah, and
fantastic.
well, you know what? It is.
And maybe others too, but this is the issue right
Hey,
now. We
Scottie,
need to
let me
address
tell you this.
Hold on.
No.
hold on.
You've interrupted me plenty. Let me tell you this. I am an American citizen just like you. I may not have been born here. I've got every right to vote my conscience.
Absolutely.
If my conscience does not allow me to support either the Republican or the Democrat, then I'm going to write in whomever I want.
Your
maybe
mother
it's LeBron
appreciates your
James,
vote,
maybe
Anna,
it's
but
my mother.
let's deal with the issues
You know, and I
Americans
have
are
every
facing
right to
today.
do it. You have no
Yes,
right to
hold on a
question me
second. But
who I'm
Scottie-
going to support because every single
I
American
think so.
realizes
If you're on
that
TV
they
every day,
have every right.
If you're going to offer a problem, give
And
a
I have
realistic
said,
solution.
and I have said
Wait a second, ladies. Hold on.
120 times that I am writing in
Yes,
somebody.
I've heard you say that before. But she's not alone. A lot of people feel that they can't support either candidate. What's wrong with that answer?
No, that's why I said it's a great, but I don't know if that's a feasible solution right now. Does that solve the problem of 25% increase in health and care? Does that solve the problem of
Scottie, you already went through those talking points. Can we get a little bit more items from the menu?
The babies that might be suffered because we point pro-choice judges on the Supreme Court. That offers no solutions to the problems that Americans are facing. It's a very selfish answer, and I respect it.
No, it's not a selfish answer. It is my right to vote for whomever I want. It is my right to make the statement I want to make or not make.
I mean,
if I have voted for the Republican nominee every single time in my lifetime, and this year I feel compelled to be repelled and repulsed and reject
that
man, it is my right and it is what I
right
will
now
do.
You are working
and
to
you
help
are
Hillary Clinton.
nobody to
you
question
are
my
Hillary
choice.
Clinton. You are not helping the GOP.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am not helping the GOP. You're right.
You're
because you know what? I was a Republican when he was a Democrat. I was a Republican when he was an independent. And I'm going to be a Republican when he gets tired of playing this little game. So none of you, not you who came on the scene just a little bit ago,
no, I've been on for a while, Anna.
I'm going to question my Republican creditas.
You try to put
and
down
my
younger
ability
voters,
and
some of
my
us have been
choice.
active.
Guys, hold on. Obviously, we won't engage in any ad hominem attacks against each other. But listen, she is venting the frustration that a lot of people feel, lifelong Republicans who say that they won't be able to vote for Donald Trump.
I respect that. But the majority of them have said, you know what, I don't like him, but I definitely don't like her. So either A, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because I do not support Hillary Clinton, or B, I'm going to be quiet about it and just let things go its way. Sit this election out.
Oh, I don't think so.
For the
Condoleezza
last
Rice
year,
is not being quiet. Dana Perino's not being quiet. Barbara Bush is not being quiet. Laura Bush is not being quiet. Meg Whitman's not being quiet. You know, so
we don't pay Anna to be quiet.
That's a good
We want
point.
Anna's opinion on this.
Absolutely.
So, and you know, I mean,
but you don't pay for rudeness either, and that's the problem this past year. More of my energy.
You
more
support
of us that are in the
rudeness.
pro,
You support the most rude, vulgar candidate we've ever had in U.S. history.
Okay.
And then you come here and want to apply the nunhood test to me.
No, I'm wanting to apply the fact that what is better for our country and what is better for moving our country forward and correcting a lot of these problems that we're feeling on Main Street. I'm not selfish. I actually look at the bigger picture of this.
You're not selfish. You're inconsistent. You apply.
No, I'm truthful. I've always been a
scrutiny,
conservative.
And then
I've always supported the Republican candidate, even if I don't like.
Oh, I've always applied the Republican. I've always supported the Republican
right now.
candidate. When he's the Republican.
We understand. You're both Republicans. You come at this from different positions. Thank you very much for sharing your opinions with us this morning. Let's get over to Chris.
When I think Anna Navarro, I do think none. I was raised by nuns who remind me a little bit of Anna Navarro. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Sacred Heart nuns. Did they slap you around?
Everybody slaps me around.